It's time to ride. It's Monday the 22nd of January. I've not been on Zwift since the 2nd of December. If you missed my last video, if you want to go back and watch that, that will explain my hospital visit and all the rubbish I've been through over the last sort of 6 weeks. I'm feeling like I'm just about ready to get back on. I'm a little bit nervous, and that might sound a bit silly. There were some things whilst I wasn't very well. I had real trouble sort of regulating my temperature. There's one moment I had a shower, quite a warm shower like I normally would. I was sat on my bed and I really felt quite hot and unwell afterwards, quite sick. And then that sort of carried on for a little while. I feel like that's okay now, just sort of a delay. So if I turn the temperature up on the thermostat to get warm, and then my body is slow to react to the fact that it's warm, and then I overheat, and then I go the other way with coldness and stuff. But it seems to be getting back to normal. Just getting on the bike and doing some exercise just worries me a little bit. But I've decided I'm going to limit myself to 15 minutes. That sounds really pathetic, but I'm just going to give myself a limit if I can make 15 minutes, because I'm still feeling really tired towards the end of the day. As it is now, it's 6 o'clock. I'm ready for bed already, but I just want to get back on the bike. I want to test these out as well. I want to see what they're like. So they're just doing a firmware update. I'm waiting for that to happen. Gonna jump on, as I said, 15 minutes, Tempest Fugit, and see how it goes. It felt so good to be back on the bike. My legs actually felt quite fresh. I suppose the leg muscles haven't been used for quite some time. So I felt quite good. There were a couple of moments I pushed up into the higher wattages a little bit, not too much, but I kind of had to hold myself back a little bit. I wanted to be really strict with myself and stick to the 15 minutes. You can see I'm testing out the steering there, but just took it nice and slow. I did have an issue with the steering. I'd connected them via Bluetooth to my PC, which are on opposite sides of the room, and they kept disconnecting, specifically the right hand one, and it kept vibrating, and that was a bit of a pain. So I got to about 5 minutes in, I jumped off, I paired it all. I had to work out how to do it because I've not done it before, but I paired it through my phone instead, and then they seemed to work okay afterwards. But yeah, surprisingly I felt quite good. Obviously the cardio side of it I need to build back up again, and the comfort on the bike and all of that sort of stuff. But to get a 15-minute ride in where I felt quite strong, I probably could have gone for a longer. A good positive experience, and looking forward to doing more. First ride back done then. Stuck to the 15 minutes, I was good. Could I have gone longer? Probably yes. Could have gone a little bit longer, I think, but I was being strict with myself. I think there were a couple of moments where the power was creeping up. I know it wasn't super power, but I was just trying to keep it really steady, and I pulled it back a little bit. I do feel really tired now, but then I felt tired before I did that, so I guess we'll just wait and see how I feel over the next, couple of hours, whatever. But hopefully this is the start to building up a little bit longer next time, a little bit longer the time after, and getting some energy back. Everything else seems to have calmed down a little bit. My stomach issues have calmed down and stuff, so I feel like I'm on the right track. Just need to be sensible and not push myself too quickly. But step number 1 done. I was feeling really positive after that ride, but I woke up the next day and tested positive for COVID. Could have been the reason I was feeling tired, although I'd been feeling tired ever since getting out of hospital. So I don't know whether that was, obviously I was fighting it at the time, and my wife had been positive for the week before, which is why I thought I'd better test to make sure. So yeah, it just took a long time for me to catch it from my wife. I tried to keep myself away from them and stuff, but it obviously didn't work. So I've been fighting it now. What's the date today? It's like we're on the 4th of February already now. I didn't really get too badly struck down with COVID. I didn't feel it was the clever thing to do to ride the bike at all, and I better just get over it. It didn't stop me working. I just felt every now and again I thought, oh yeah, I don't feel 100%. So stopped the riding again for a little while. I've got my sort of tight chest back again, and all the other stuff. I don't know whether it's left over from the COVID or from the stuff before. My voice, interestingly, I was listening back just now to the intro to this video, and I can hear in my voice that it's just a bit croaky and lost the power, as I mentioned before. I think it's feeling a bit better now. I felt a bit up and down the last couple of days with sort of the blocked nose again and the chest. I seem to clear the COVID and feel okay, and then it hit me again the beginning part of this week, so I don't really know. The main thing is I have got back on the bike. Thursday I jumped on and I did half an hour and I felt really good. I really enjoyed the ride. I paired the Zwift Play controllers wrong again, so I had to stop after about 20 minutes to do that. I rode in Scotland on the flattest route, not the crit course, but the flattest sort of around the outside route, just over half an hour. And as I said, I felt really good, and I felt there were a couple of moments I did push myself. I think I was in like orange, very small amount, going up the hill for a bit, and some blue zone and some yellow, just being able to feel quite strong again, which was nice. I limited myself to half an hour, which I think is the sensible thing to do. So I've gone from 15 minutes, what was that, end of January, to half an hour now. I'm going to just sort of keep myself to half an hour rides every couple of days and build up from there. That's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to go and get on and do another half an hour. Hopefully I feel the same, pick a random flattish route and see how I get on. So I don't know how much of that I'll record, but I'll come back afterwards, let you know how I get on, and then we can wrap up this video there. Change of plan. I recorded that last bit and went upstairs, and my wife had decided it was time to change everything around in the baby's bedroom, put her cot up, which she was putting up but didn't have all the bits, so I had to run around the house trying to find some bits and then help her put it up. And now basically I've run out of time. If I want to get this video out, I'm not going to get the chance to get on the bike before doing that. So I'm just going to wrap everything up here and then jump on the bike a little bit later. Yeah, so a bit of an up and down week. Something that I forgot to mention actually in the previous video about what had happened. I mentioned a few times about my heart and the things that they'd spotted. I've had an appointment through. I've got, in a couple of weeks' time, I've got to go for a transthoracic echocardiogram. That's what it's called. I don't know what they've spotted or what they might have found. I'm guessing this is the next step to see if there's anything to worry about. I'm keeping my fingers crossed it's not. But I don't know how long it'll be before I get the results of that either. So that's coming up in the next couple of weeks. Also, the week coming up, we're going down to Southampton to see the hip doctor for my youngest's next stage appointment. They're going to operate on her when she's about a year old. So this will be, what is she, about 8 months. So I'm hoping we get a date and a plan in the diary for everything that's going to happen there, so we can plan around that and sort of know when it's going to happen. Because at the moment, the whole of this year is a bit up in the air because we don't know. And there's a chance that operations don't work and they have to have more. Essentially, this is going to be an ongoing thing for quite a while, I think. But having a date in the diary is going to sort of, I don't know, get everything ready and we can just plan to that. So that's coming up next week. But around that, I do want to get back on the bike more often, as I said. Trying to just do some short half an hour rides here and there, and just maybe some of them slightly higher pace and tempo than others, and just see how my body copes with it. I'm a little bit worried because I managed to cut my leg yesterday. I was putting some stuff up in the loft and it's right around where everything else is healing. I'm really hoping that doesn't get infected. I'm keeping a really close eye on it because that would put me back quite a long way. So fingers crossed that there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, aside from that, just getting on with things as normal, as much as normal is at the moment. But thank you to all the channel members going up the screen right now. Your support is amazing, especially when I'm not necessarily doing many videos. Family life is crazy at the moment, obviously. 7-month-old, and the house never stops. It's never quiet. I'm trying to find quiet times to record these videos, so sorry if you can hear other movement in the house and babies crying and stuff. Just trying to fit it around all of that stuff. And yeah, I remember when my eldest was born, about a year old. When she was a year old, I felt everything get a little bit easier. I don't know whether that's going to happen with us, with the youngest having the operation and stuff, so I don't really know. But I'm doing what I can. I've got to use any spare time I have to try and get on the bike and then do the videos around that. So I will try and make them as regular as I can. But thank you very much for watching this one. If you have enjoyed it, do hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.